feeling bad that like an answer immediately came to mind.
My name is Vinam, and I did my undergraduate studies here in NUS. At the same time, I also did my PhD here in NUS.
Hi, my name is Ashley. I'm a year 1 student at NUS, taking both Psych and CNM as double majors. I think the reason why it piqued my interest in the first place was because I've always been very interested in how our brains influence the events that happen in our life and vice versa.
One of the big reasons is because I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. I was more interested in the human part of things. That's probably one of the things that led me to go into this. But again, because I didn't know, after a while I was exploring, and I think psychology was the one that I was more interested in. I think over time, I realized that I was actually quite interested in people. I think that emerged as I took psychology more. I think it became clearer and clearer. Intuitively, I was one of those that actually looked at people and observed people a little bit more, and trying to figure people out. I didn't know that was part of what psychology was doing. And over time, I think that has continued to grow.
I feel like the warning that Prof Lee, who I think he taught me PL 1101E, which is the intro module psych last year, I think he gave a really, really good content warning.
Actually, that question is a question I addressed directly in the intro to psych class, right? I actually try to dissuade people from majoring in psychology. One of the big reasons I see many people pursuing psychology is actually they hope that by pursuing psychology, they will be able to find some kind of solution to their personal problems that they're having. Right? I would say that it's a hit and miss. Some people that I know actually help with got greater insight into what they do. Some actually not really. So it is a hit and miss. I would say that if you really want to find a solution to personal problems, then don't need to study psychology. That is like a big commitment, right? You can find a psychologist, okay?
I think if you're not really super interested in the intricacies of human behavior, if you're the kind of person who likes to just accept the way things are, or likes to accept that this is just how some people behave sometimes, then maybe psych isn't really the avenue for this. Because I do feel that, especially for certain aspects, there's a strong tendency to go very, very in-depth. And so I think if you're not really interested in finding out how everything works underneath the surface, then maybe not the best idea to take psych.
Other reasons why not psychology, I think in terms of studying it in a university setting, first of all, it's basically a lot of reading, right? Which means that you need to be somewhat inclined towards language. Now, then the secondary issue with psychology, why not psychology, I would say the next big thing is basically stats. Then there are people who are oh yeah, I love people, I want to help people, and then they come in and they take psychology, and they die with the stats. And they struggle tremendously with it. Psychology in the end is a science. Right? And therefore, I think, especially in psychology, we have no lack of theories. The only way that we were able to actually establish which theory is actually better is actually through the method of science. And with science, it means we need empirical data. With data, it means we need familiarity with things. You cannot be this inclined towards science. And to excel in psychology, you kind of need to be at the sweet spot with it. Number one, having the motivation to learn is very important. And I'll say that you will really come in and you need to have that intrinsic motivation to learn. But as I said, most people come in either more inclined towards languages or more inclined towards science. This also necessarily means that if you intend to major in psychology, you need to be ready to learn in the area that you might not be inclined towards. But it requires also that effort to say that you're committed to actually push through. But once you push through after a certain hump, actually things start to come together. So my advice is studying psychology is hard. It's hard though. If you want an easy time in NUS, then don't major in psychology.
Ultimately, the journey that you take in NUS Psych, it should be your own. Don't let anybody tell you what you should be doing. That part you should figure out for yourself.
It is worth your time. If you're really interested in understanding people, you're interested in actually gaining skills that require you to be able to both read, write, communicate well, on top of that, still be able to deal with data and understand and draw some lessons out of it, then psychology is the way to go.
Bye!